Alright guys, so in the last video I gave you a little challenge. I wanted you to replace the certain divs with HTML5 semantic tags to just make it more accessible, more organized. And I did the first one for you, which is the div with the ID of header. So we use the header tag here. So the next one is pretty obvious. We have a div with the ID of main that goes around. Let's take a look at the project. Goes around all of this area, which is basically the main content of the page. So that would be replaced with the main tag. So this ends, like I said, you can click on a div and it ends here. So we want to change the ending div and we want to change the starting div. Okay, so that's the first one. Next one is going to be in here. We have the welcome section, which ends right here. So this is actually going to be a section. Okay, so we're going to change that, and we're going to change that to section. Next, we have the blog section. Now this ends right here, so we're going to change this to section and change that to section. Now within the blog we have some articles, so div with the class of article. So these are going to be changed to article. I'm going to select the div right here and then do a Control D. I'm also going to get the next one and the next one. Okay, so just some shortcuts here. We're going to change all of these to article. Okay, so the next thing is the sidebar. Now remember, a side is for content that's not the main content, but it's on the page. We have navigation, we have contact stuff here. So we're going to grab this div right here along with the ending div and put in a side. Now the UL, the way that nav works is we don't actually replace the UL, we wrap the UL in a nav tag. So let's say, let's do nav, and then we'll grab this. And I'll just hold Option or Alt and then the up key and just move it up into the nav. Okay, and then the last thing is going to be the footer, which I want to replace the div here with footer. And let's save, and if we take a look at the result, it looks the exact same. Alright, so if any of what we've talked about has been confusing, don't worry about it. We're going to be doing this stuff all along throughout the course, so you're going to get the hang of it. If what we've talked about has been painfully easy for you, don't worry about it. Things are going to get more complicated. I just want to start from absolute scratch for people that have never even written a paragraph tag before. So hopefully both sides are somewhat satisfied. Hopefully that you're starting to get it if you're an absolute beginner, and hopefully I didn't bore you to death if you're a more advanced front-end developer. All right, so in the next video, or I'm sorry, in the next section, we're going to jump into CSS basics. So we're going to start to talk about all the basic properties for colors and padding and margin and the box model. We're going to look at things like positioning, different types of positioning, relative, absolute, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's it. I'll see you in the next section.